Did you know that you can turn your Python scripts into interactive web apps with just a few lines of code? Sounds like magic, right? Well, it's all thanks to Streamlit, a powerful tool that has revolutionized how data scientists, developers, and even beginners create web applications. With Streamlit, you don't need to worry about HTML, CSS, or JavaScript. All you need is Python. In this tutorial, we will explore how Streamlit can help you quickly build beautiful functioning apps for data analysis, visualization, and even machine learning. Whether you want to showcase your data insights or share your machine learning models, Streamlit makes it easy for you to get started. You will be able to build and deploy your app with minimal hassle and maximum impact. So, if you're ready to dive into the world of interactive apps, let's get started and build something amazing with Streamlit. So here's the agenda for today's course. What is Streamlit? Why Streamlit is a game changer for data scientists and Python developers? Comparison with other frameworks like Flask or Dash? Real-world use case examples? Setup and installation? Streamlit basics? Working with UI widgets in Streamlit? Data exploration with Streamlit? Data visualization with Streamlit? Building a simple data app project? Deploying your app? As well as some pro tips and next steps. Let me introduce you to something exciting. The AI-powered full-stack developer program from Simplilearn. If you're looking to step into the world of web development or enhance your existing skills, this program is the perfect opportunity for you. Powered by cutting-edge technologies, this course will not only teach you the essentials of MERN-stack, but will also integrate generative AI tools to supercharge your development, testing, and deployment processes. Imagine building a scalable, dynamic web applications with ease and leveraging AI to optimize your workflow. In this program, you will gain hands-on experience with over 60+ real-world projects, ensuring that you're not just learning theory, but applying your knowledge in practical scenarios. You will also have the chance to earn official Microsoft learning certificates, making you stand out in the competitive tech market. This 9-month course is designed to provide you live, interactive learning with industry experts, ensuring that you receive the guidance that you need to master the art of full-stack development. From front-end to back-end development, from database management to API security, this course covers it all. Plus, with AI-powered job assistance, Simplilearn will help you optimize your resume, get LinkedIn recommendations, and prepare for real-world interviews through one-on-one mock sessions. Whether you're just starting your career or looking to upgrading your skills, this AI-powered full-stack developer program is the ideal way to gain the tools and knowledge that you need to thrive in today's rapidly evolving tech industry. Don't miss out on the chance to build a Git portfolio, develop real-world apps, and work with cutting-edge technologies to unlock high-paying job opportunities. Enroll now and get ready to level up your web development career with Simplilearn's AI-powered full-stack development program. Before we get started, let's check your basic knowledge with a quick quiz question. What is the primary purpose of Streamlit? Is it A, framework for building static websites, B, a tool to convert Python scripts into interactive web apps, C, a data visualization library, or is it D, a web server for hosting machine learning models? Welcome to the first chapter, where we will be diving into Streamlit, a powerful tool that's changing the way data scientists and Python developers build interactive apps. So why is Streamlit a game changer? Let's break it down. Fast development. Traditionally, if you wanted to create a data-driven web app, it will require a lot of setup and learning different tools. But with Streamlit, you can convert your Python script into interactive web apps in just a few minutes. You don't need any front-end skills, and you don't need to learn any complex web development tools. Whether you're creating a dashboard for a data visualization, Streamlit helps you do it quickly, and it's incredibly easy to set up. Simple syntax. Now, this is the best part. In traditional app development, you need to juggle multiple languages like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. But with Streamlit, you only need Python, the language that you already know. So you can add buttons, sliders, charts, and much more with just a few lines of Python code. It's straightforward, so you can focus on the data and not the code. It's perfect for data science. Streamlit was built with data science in mind. Streamlit integrates perfectly with pandas, matplotlib, plotly, and many other libraries that data scientists already use. With one line of code, you can visualize your data in charts or tables, making it a breeze to share insights and create beautiful interactive dashboards. It's the perfect tool for creating apps that allows you to present your data findings in a visually engaging way. In short, Streamlit ensures that you focus on what's really important, your data and insights, without getting caught up in the complexities of web development. It's simple, intuitive, and designed with data scientists and Python developers in mind. Streamlit is truly a game changer, empowering you to build powerful applications quickly and easily. Now that we understand what makes Streamlit a game changer, let's compare it to other popular frameworks. Flask is a micro-web framework that's great for building web apps from scratch. It's flexible, but to create even a basic app, you will need to handle routing, templates, and manage several parts of your app manually. If you want interactivity, you will need to write a lot of custom code. Then you have Dash. Dash is another framework designed for data-driven apps, and it's great for building interactive visualizations. However, Dash has a steep learning curve compared to Streamlit. You have to write more boilerplate code to set up interactive components like buttons, sliders, and charts. Let's now move on to why Streamlit stands out. Unlike Flask or Dash, Streamlit is designed to allow you to build apps in just a few lines of Python code. It automatically takes care of things like UI and server setup. You can focus on writing data logic and visualizations while Streamlit handles everything else. There are fewer dependencies. With Flask and Dash, you will often need to install and configure other dependencies like JavaScript and framework. But with Streamlit, everything comes pre-configured and works out of the box with minimal setup. Streamlit provides a tight integration with popular data science libraries like pandas, matplotlib, plotly, making it preferred choice for data scientists who quickly need to showcase their data and insights. Having compared Streamlit to Flask and Dash, now let's look at some real-world use cases of how it's being applied in the field. Speaking of some real-world use cases where Streamlit has proven to be a game changer, firstly, we have data dashboards. Data scientists and analysts often use to create dashboards to visualize key metrics. With Streamlit, building a dashboard is as simple as writing Python code. You can quickly upload data, display it in tables, and add interactive charts all in one app. Whether it's sales data, financial performance, or marketing metrics, Streamlit helps you turn raw data into meaningful visuals. Then we have machine learning apps. Streamlit is perfect for showcasing machine learning models. If you've built a model in scikit-learn or TensorFlow, you can have Streamlit to create an interactive app where users can input data and view predictions. For example, you can build an app that lets people upload images, and Streamlit will show the model's predictions in real time. Next, we have prototyping and research. Researchers who want to quickly prototype an idea or share results can use Streamlit to create interactive visualizations and get immediate feedback from others. Whether it's showcasing results from analysts or experimenting with machine learning models, Streamlit lets you build an app with no time and share it with the world. Finally, we have data exploration and analysis. Another great use case is for data exploration. With Streamlit, you can quickly load datasets, filter through data, and explore different data visualizations. This makes it incredibly useful for data scientists who need to interactively explore large datasets and share their findings with the team members or stakeholders. So Streamlit is designed to help you focus on your work and share your results faster, whether it's building dashboards or showcasing machine learning models or exploring datasets. Now that we have seen how Streamlit is used in real-world projects, let's move forward and explore how to build your own Streamlit app in the next few chapters. We shall now begin with installing Python and Streamlit. Before we start, there are a few things that you need to install to make sure that we can run Streamlit on our system. So you will need Python installed, which you probably already have. If not, just head over to the python.org and download it. Next, we shall install Streamlit. You can do this by opening your terminal or command prompt and typing the following command. So it's install Streamlit. So this will install Streamlit, and with that, we're ready to start. Once it's installed, let's also create a virtual environment. This will help us keep our project's dependencies separate and organized. So to set up a virtual environment, open the terminal and type the following command. So it's python m env my. Next, we activate the virtual environment. On Windows, use this command. So you will know it's activated because the terminal will show the environment name at the beginning of the line. Now you can install Streamlit inside this environment using the same command as before. We shall now move on to launching your first Streamlit script, which is Hello World. So now let's launch our very first Streamlit app. First, you will have to go to the folder where the file is saved. So in our case, app.py is saved on the desktop. Let me go and create a file called app.py at first. So let me head over here. As you can see, I've already created a file called app.py and it's saved in the desktop. So here's what you're supposed to do. Go to the terminal and type cd desktop. So as you can see, we're already within the directory desktop. Then you press enter. So in order to confirm that the file is there, we will have to type dir. Let me go ahead and do that. So as you can see, we have app.py over here. Now we shall go ahead and press enter. So if you see app.py in the list, which you can see over here, that means that we are in the correct folder. So now let's quickly type down a code inside app.py. So within the file, type the following code. First, we type import Streamlit as st. So this line imports the Streamlit library. For the next line, we type st.write. Within brackets, we have So this tells Streamlit to display the text on the screen. And that's it, just 2 lines of code. Now let's run the application. Go back to the terminal and type, supposed to type Streamlit run app.py, which is the name of the file. Press enter. So Streamlit will now start a local development server. If this is your first time running Streamlit, it may ask you for your email. You can simply press enter to skip it. So after a few seconds, you will see local URL. It usually looks something like this. So this is what it looks like as shown in the screen. Okay. So you're supposed to click on that URL or copy and paste it into your browser. And there it is, Hello World displayed on the screen. So this means that your Streamlit app is running successfully. So now here's something important. You don't need to stop the server every time you make changes. Streamlit automatically reloads your app when you save the app.py. So just edit the file. So now that we've set up Streamlit, let's dive into the basics of creating an interactive app. Streamlit makes it really easy to display content like text, images, and even add interactive elements without a lot of code. We will start with displaying text, which is one of the first things that you will need in your app. To display text in Streamlit, you can use the st_write function. So it's the most straightforward way to display anything that you want on the page. You can write regular text like this. So just go ahead and type. This is a simple text using write. So here we have used the st_write function. So you can also format your text using Markdown, which gives you more control over how your content looks. For example, if you want to add headers and subheaders to your structure, then you can use Markdown. So I'll go ahead and show you how to do that. So I've used the Markdown function. This is a large heading and this is a smaller heading. Let's go and run the code now. So the first line will display a large header and the second line will display a smaller subheading. You can use this technique to break your app into sections and organize your content neatly. So next, let's move on to adding interactive elements to your app. Streamlit makes it super easy to add widgets like sliders, buttons, and checkboxes. So let's start with a simple slider. A slider lets the user pick a number from a defined range. So here's how you can add one that allows the user to pick a number between 1 to 100. So as you can see, we have number over here with the slider function. You have pick a number. We set the minimum value to 1. And the maximum value to 100. And at the end, we print you picked followed by the number. So let's go and execute this right now. Yeah. So this slider will show up on the app, and when the user moves it, the selected number will be displayed below it. So for example, let me slide over it. Let's say I picked the number 24. So it says that you have picked the number 24. Similarly, you can use a checkbox to get user input. For example, let's add a checkbox for agreeing to terms and conditions. So if the user checks the box, we will show a message saying that they agreed. So here, as you can see, you have the function checkbox. So if at all the box is checked, it types you agreed. So this checkbox will appear, and if the user checks it, the message will read you agreed. Streamlit also lets you add media like images and videos along with audio. So let's start that by showing an image. So you can use the st_image function to pass it the path to your image. So I've already added the path to my image here, which I have already downloaded from the system, into the system. So as you can see, this will display the image on the page. You can also control the width and height of the image by passing the optional arguments like width and height. Similarly, if you want to display a video, use the st_video function as follows. So we have the st_video function followed by the path to the video. So let's go ahead and execute this. So as you can see, this embedded the video from the provided URL directly into the app. So you can even use a local video file if you prefer. So by combining these features, you can easily build interactive user interfaces with Streamlit. Whether you're displaying data, creating forms, or embedding multimedia, Streamlit allows you to do all of this with just a few lines of code. So now you can start designing, engaging, and interactive apps without hassle. Next, we shall move on to data exploration with Streamlit. Streamlit is incredibly powerful when it comes to handling and displaying data. So let's explore how to upload and display files like CSV or Excel sheets, and then dive into displaying the data in a table and applying interactive filters. We will also cover adding summary statistics and metrics to your data to make it more insightful. Firstly, let's start off with uploading CSV or Excel files. So the first thing that you will have to do is allow the users to upload CSV or Excel files. So Streamlit has a built-in function which is called st_file_uploader that makes this easy. So it lets users choose the file that they want to upload from their computer. So once the file is uploaded, we can read it using the pandas to display the contents. So here's how you can upload the files. And type import. So as you can see here, we have the st_file_uploader function. It gives you the option to choose a file which can either be a CSV file or an Excel file. So here we have the if function where if the uploaded file is not none, it will go ahead with showing which file you have uploaded. Finally, we also get to display the data frame. So I'll explain about that shortly. First, let's go and execute the code. So as you can see, this code allows users to upload both CSV and Excel files. So depending on the file type, it uses pd.readCSV for CSV files and pd.readExcel for Excel files. So this stwrite function is used to display the content of the file as a table. So now let's move on to displaying tables with pandas. So let's first go ahead and upload the file. Once the file is uploaded, it's often helpful to display the data in a clean, readable format. So Streamlit does this automatically using the stwrite function as seen above. However, you can also customize the display further by using pandas built-in functions to make your table look better. So for instance, here's a more customized display of your table. Data frame. With that being done, so first let me go and upload a CSV file. So I just clicked on to browse files and then I'm uploading a CSV file here. So as you can see, this will display the data frames as an interactive table where users can sort and filter the columns directly. So that was done because we used the data frame function. So as you can see, it gives the users option to sort and filter the columns directly. Now let's move on to interactive filtering and searching. So let's make the data more interactive by allowing users to filter the data set based on a condition. For example, you might want to show only the rows where the specific columns match a given value. You can add a filter using the select box widget. So here's how you can create an interactive filter that filters rows based on the value in a specific column. So first we will have to create a select box, followed by which we will filter data based on its name or any value. And lastly, we will display the filtered data only. Let me go and execute it. So as you can see, we can actually select a value to filter by. So we have options here. You can select this by color. So as I said, this allows users to select a value from the dropdown and it will show only the rows where the column name matches the selected value. So this is a great way to make your data more interactive and user-friendly. So let's now move on to adding metrics and summary statistics. Lastly, it's often useful to show summary statistics of metrics that give users a quick overview of the data. Streamlit has built-in support for displaying these kind of metrics. So you can use the ST metric to show things like total number of rows, averages, or sums. Additionally, you can also display basic statistical summaries of the data using describe. So here's how to display basic summary of the data set. So we have two functions over here. First we have to display the basic stats. Secondly, we show specific metrics like total rows. Let's go ahead and execute this. So the describe method will give you a summary of statistics like the mean, standard deviation, and percentiles for each numeric column. You can also use the ST metric to highlight important values like the total number of rows in your dataset or other key metrics. So as you can see, the total number of rows has been displayed as follow, which is 16. So by combining these features, Streamlit makes it incredibly easy to explore and interact with your data. So upload files, display tables, and add filters and show summary statistics, all with just a few lines of code. You can now start building interactive data-driven apps that allows users to explore and analyze datasets effortlessly. Okay. Let's now move on to data visualization in Streamlit. One of the best things about Streamlit is its ability to visualize data. So let's use matplotlib to plot a simple chart. So the code for this is as follows. So here we use the ST metric function. So as you can see, we are able to visualize data using a chart. So for interactive charts, Streamlit works perfectly with Plotly. So here's how you can create a Plotly chart. Let me go ahead and type the code. So here we're using Plotly Express. So as you can see, we have an interactive chart here made using Plotly. So another cool feature is map visualizations. Here's an example using PyDeck. So this will be the code for the same. Here we're using PyDeck as PDK. Let's move ahead and execute it now. So these charts help you create a beautiful data-driven visualization in seconds. So as you can see, we have a map over here which represents the CSV file that we just uploaded. Let's now move on to building a simple data app project. So in this section, we will be creating a small project together, a mini dashboard that displays COVID-19 statistics. So this dashboard will consist of three main components, which is a title, a chart that shows the number of cases over time, and a data table displaying the raw data. We will also add interactivity, allowing users to filter and explore the data further. So let's start by visualizing a simple dashboard for COVID-19 data. You can imagine something similar for stock prices where you can plot trends over time and show key metrics like the total number of cases or price movements. So here's a quick preview of what we will build. A line chart that visualizes the trend of COVID-19 cases over time. a table below the chart that displays the raw data in a user-friendly format, interactivity that lets the users filter and explore the data based on their preferences. Now let's walk you through the process of building the dashboard step by step. Firstly, you will need to import the necessary libraries. We need pandas for handling data, Plotly Express for creating visualizations, and Streamlit to build the app. So here's the code to get started. So first we import pandas, Streamlit, as well as Plotly.express. So here we have the function pd.readcsv, and I have uploaded the location to my CSV file which I have downloaded. So here we assume that complete.csv file has a column for data and an other for the number of cases, which is what we plot. So now we will start by displaying a title for our dashboard. So this will let the users know what the app is about. So in order to display the title, use the title function. So as you can see, we have the title COVID-19 dashboard displayed. Next, we will create a simple line chart that shows how the number of cases changes over time. For this, we will use Plotly.express to create a full line chart. So we will plot the date column on the x-axis and the cases column on the y-axis. So let's go ahead and execute. So as I said, we plotted the date column on the x-axis and the cases column on the y-axis. So in order to go ahead and create a chart, so if you want the total number of cases, this is the code for the same. Let's go ahead and execute this. So this was the code if you want the total number of cases. And if you want new daily cases, the code is as follows. So this is it. Let's now go ahead and display the chart. For that, we use the Plotly chart function. So as you can see, this line of code created a dynamic chart that automatically adjusts based on the data in your CSV file. So the chart shows the trend of COVID-19 cases over time, making it easy for users to see the situation, how it's evolved. Now let's display the data table. Let's add a table below the chart to display raw data. This will allow users to see the exact numbers behind the chart. We can use stWrite function to display the data frame as a table. So as you can see, it allowed the users to see the exact numbers behind the chart. So this showed the entire data set in tabular form, so users can view the dates and the cases for each record. If you want to display a similar section of the table or highlight specific rows, you can filter the data frame first. Let's now move on to adding interactivity and personalization. So this is the best part of Streamlit. It's the ability to make your app interactive with just a few lines of code. So for example, let's add a drop-down that allows users to select which country's data they want to view. Let's now use the select box widget to achieve this. So here in place of country, we're using the states. So with this addition, users can select a country from the drop-down, and the table and the chart will update to display only the data for that country. So you can also add interactivity like sliders or checkboxes to allow the users to filter by date or view specific metrics like the total number of cases or deaths. So as you can see, you can filter by states and the data gets displayed according to the state picked. So while you're building and running this app, make sure to explain the code step by step. For example, while adding the line chart, explain what the pxLine function does, how it connects the data columns to the x and y axis, and how the title is added. So as you execute the code, you will be able to show the results in real time. First, the chart appears with the data, then the table below, and as the users interact with the select box, the data and the chart update instantly. So now that we've built our Streamlit app, it's time to make it accessible to the world. So let's walk you through the stages of deploying your app on Streamlit Cloud. So we'll cover setting up a requirement.txt file, pushing your code to GitHub, connecting to Streamlit Cloud, and generating shareable public URL. Finally, we'll discuss some common errors that you might encounter during the deployment and how to fix them. Streamlit Cloud makes it incredibly easy to deploy and share your app. So to get started, follow these steps. Firstly, you will have to create an account on Streamlit. So if you don't have an account on Streamlit yet, head over to the Streamlit Cloud and sign up using your GitHub account. So before deploying, you need to make sure that your code is in a GitHub repository. So if you have not done that already, create a new repository and push your Streamlit project code into it. Now that we've built our first Streamlit app, it's time to make it accessible to the world. So let's walk you through the steps of deploying our app into Streamlit Cloud. Requirements.txt file, pushing your code into GitHub, connecting it to Streamlit Cloud, and generating a shareable public URL. Finally, we'll discuss some common issues that you might encounter during deployment and how to fix them. So here's how to deploy. Streamlit Cloud makes it incredibly easy to deploy and share your app. So in order to get started, follow these steps. First, you will have to create an account on Streamlit Cloud. If you don't have an account, head over to the Streamlit Cloud and sign up using your GitHub account. So as you can see, I've already signed in into my Streamlit Cloud. Next, we should go and push our code into GitHub. So before deploying, you need to make sure that your code is in a GitHub repository. So if you haven't done so early, create a new repository and push your Streamlit project into it. So as you can see, within my GitHub, I've created a repository called new app, within which I've added my project. You can use the following git commands to initialize a repository and push your project. So the code is as follows. First, we will have to initialize git. So that's git init. Yeah. Then use the following command, followed by which we will commit, followed by initial commit. Next, we add git remote add origin, followed by your username along with your repository. Now we shall go and push the origin master. Next, let's go ahead and link GitHub with Streamlit Cloud. So once your code is on GitHub, go to your Streamlit Cloud dashboard. Click on New App and select the GitHub repository that you just created. So Streamlit Cloud will automatically detect your repository and you will be able to deploy your app with just a few clicks. So this is how you do it. We have our app here, then we have the branch as main. So following this, you just have to click deploy and Streamlit will take care of the rest. So in order to make sure that your app runs smoothly, you will need to specify all the dependencies your app uses. So this is done through a requirements.txt file. So this file lists all the libraries that your app needs in order to work. So here's how you can create one. In your project directory, create a file named requirements.txt and add the following dependencies. So here we have all of the dependencies. Let's go and save the file as requirements.txt. So if you're using any additional libraries, make sure to add them in the file. You can generate the requirements.txt only by running this particular command, pip freeze requirements.txt. So this will ensure that all of the packages in your virtual environment are included. Once the requirements.txt file is created, push it to your GitHub repository. This step ensures that the Streamlit Cloud knows exactly which packages to install and when to deploy the app. So once your app is deployed, Streamlit Cloud will generate a public URL for your app, which you can share with anyone. So you can see the URL in your Streamlit Cloud dashboard after deployment. It will look something like this. So this is what the URL looks like. So this will embed your Streamlit app directly to your website. So while deploying on Streamlit Cloud, it's usually smooth, but there are a few common errors that you might encounter. The first one is missing dependencies. If your app cannot load correctly, make sure that all required packages are listed in the requirements.txt file. If you've forgotten any dependencies, Streamlit Cloud will give you an error message and you can add the missing packages and redeploy. Then there comes invalid file paths. If you're using local files, make sure that the paths are correct. Remember that your app will be hosted on cloud, so relative paths may need to be updated. You can store your data in GitHub and use an external link for file access. Then we have app not updating. If you make changes to your app and they don't appear, make sure that you've pushed the changes into GitHub. Sometimes it takes a few seconds for Streamlit Cloud to detect the changes and redeploy the app. Then the app crashes or there are errors which you encounter. If your app crashes during the deployment, check the logs in the Streamlit Cloud dashboard. Streamlit will provide a detailed error message which can help you troubleshoot and fix issues. Make sure that your code runs locally to catch any bugs before deploying. So here are some pro tips and next steps. As you continue building your Streamlit apps, there are a few key tips and tricks which you have to keep in mind to improve performance and enhance your user experience. So Streamlit is designed to be fast, but as your app grows, performance can become an issue, especially with large data sets or complex computations. So one way to optimize performance is by using caching. Caching stores the results of expensive functions so they don't need to be recalculated every time the app runs. So here's how you can cache data and load. So this particular code will speed up your app, especially if you're working with large data sets. You can also add custom themes and branding. Streamlit makes it easy to personalize your app. So you can change the look and the feel of your app by creating a custom theme branding. Streamlit also provides extensions and components that help you add more functionality to your app. For example, you can use file uploaders to let users upload files or advanced charts like interactive visualizations from libraries like Plotly or Altair. Streamlit also provides custom components that you can integrate into your app to add more features. These components can be found in the Streamlit Components Gallery. To continue improving your Streamlit apps, be sure to explore the official Streamlit documentation for more tips and tutorials. Plenty of inspiration and code examples for advanced features and components. By diving into documentation and exploring available resources, you can take your Streamlit apps to the next level and build even more interactive, feature-rich projects. So in conclusion, we've covered a lot today, from setting up Streamlit to building your first app and deploying it online. So you've learned how to interact with data and create beautiful visualizations and even add interactivity. Now it's your turn to start building your own apps with Streamlit. Congratulations on completing this beginner's tutorial on Streamlit. We hope you feel empowered to create your own interactive Python app with ease. Streamlit is a fantastic tool for both beginners and seasoned developers, making it simple to showcase your work and collaborate with others. If you're eager to explore more about Streamlit and dive into the world of Python development, don't forget to check out the official documentation, community forums, and open source repositories. The possibilities with Streamlit are endless, and you're just scratching the surface. Keep experimenting, keep building, and most importantly, keep sharing your projects with the world. The more you build, the more you learn. Remember, learning is a journey, and Simplilearn is here to help you every step of the way. Happy coding and keep learning with Simplilearn.